Today I'm going to tell you how to win your pre-release weekend in under 6 minutes. Hello and welcome to the table, and let's get right into things, talking about the leaders that you need to know about when going into your pre-release weekend, some good playables and just some good cards to be looking out for, and those big bombs, those cards are going to push you towards what aspect you're going to be wanting to run alongside your leader, or maybe the aspect that you're going to want to play that decides what leader you're going to play. So as far as leaders go for this set, the biggest thing to note is that you can make any leader in this set in a pre-release setting very good and very playable. It just depends on your card pool, but some leaders that you definitely want to be looking out for that are definitely a step above as far as power level goes compared to some other leaders for pre-release. You got to be looking out for Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Maul for common leaders. It shouldn't be too hard to get, and they are definitely a lot more powerful than most leaders. Yoda and Rex, if you do get lucky and get a rare, specifically one of these two rares, you will definitely want to consider playing one of those two leaders or the three commons that I just mentioned. And if you don't get any of those leaders, or you don't have the right card pools for most of your leaders, Ahsoka and Grievous decks and leaders that you're going to be getting guaranteed with your pre-release kit are definitely some good leaders to fall back on if you really need to. Then, as far as playable cards go, you're going to be wanting to go super wide no matter what you're doing in this set. With Villainous, something like a droid deployment is going to help you a ton because it's just an amazing card. It gets you some bodies that you can then use to exploit later on and make some of your stuff come out a bit quicker. For Heroism, you're going to be wanting to go wide to turn on Coordinate and just get some really good value out of your go wide focused cards. So something like a drop-in is going to be very powerful for that sense. Then for Vigilance, Control, Aggression, and Cunning, they all want to do their own thing. Vigilance is kind of wanting to stall and remove things. Some cards that are going to be really helpful for that. For Villainous is something like a Droideka Security, just a really good exploit Sentinel Body. Hello There is going to be a great card for Heroism because it's just a good removal spell for very cheap. Then Vanquish and Reprint is just an amazing Vigilance card. Doesn't matter if it's Heroism or Villainous they were going to be wanting to play. Vanquish is an amazing Vigilance card just to help you remove anything that you really need to be worried about. For Control, you're going to be wanting to look out for token makers and little bits of disruption. Something like a Confederate Courier and Villainous is just an amazing way to, again, take advantage of your exploit cards to get some more bodies out, and it's just a good card in general. Pelta Supply Frigate is a great way to just get some more stuff out there once you have Coordinate on. Otherwise, it's just a good space body that can allow you to get closer to Coordinate being turned on. Take Captive, another reprint, is just a great control card. It just allows you to disrupt your opponent just enough to where, hey, maybe it gets you what you need to win. Then for Aggression, you're going to be wanting to look for all the ways to basically get aggressive statted units and just go wide. Something like Adventurous and Villainous is just a great card because it's so aggressively statted, it's not even funny. Batch Brothers is another amazing card for Heroism that's just going to be helping you go wider. Relentless Rocket Droid is a great way in just regular old aggression that's going to help you get like aggressive units and aggressively statted stuff through. It's a great body because, I mean, pretty much every unit in the set is a trooper, or there's a ton of troopers in the set, and this card is likely going to be very good in pre-release because it's just going to be such a good body. Then for Cunning, it's just going to be pretty much your payoffs for what you're already doing. Something like a Tactical Droid Commander for Villainous is going to allow you to take advantage of all the Separatist cards that you're playing and exhaust all your opponent's things. Plo Koon is just a good statted body and has Ambush if you have Coordinate turned on. Geonosis Patrol Frigate is another amazing card, just in regular old Cunning. And, I mean, whether it's a lot better in Villainous because you're going to be wanting to get rid of your stuff a lot more often. But even in Heroism, getting rid of some of your stuff to get a good statted space unit out a little bit quicker and easier, and bouncing one of your opponent's things back is nothing to scoff at either. Then last thing I want to talk about is bombs, and pretty much it's the same thing for every set. You're going to be wanting to look for big finishers and value engines. Those are going to be the bombs that are going to push you towards what aspects you're going to be wanting to play. A couple of examples of what you'd be wanting to look for in that sense is in Vigilance, there's going to be a ton of those big finishers because it's a control deck or a control strategy, Vigilance commonly. So you're going to be wanting to get those big finishers to end the game, something like a Malevolence, Luminara on Dually, great options. For control, it's just going to be tons of value engines, allowing you to just take the most advantage out of everything. Something like Pago the Lesser, Admiral Yularen, great examples. And just generally, again, when it comes to bombs, just look for those big fat finishers and those value engines that just allow you to go over the top and make sure that you can beat your opponent in the long run. So with all that aside, hope you all now know what you're going to be wanting to do for your pre-release weekend, having a general idea of what cards to be looking out for, what leaders to be looking out for, and now knowing what you need to look for as far as bombs go. Anyways, with all that aside, again, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It's completely for you and regret it. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.